Hello viewers, welcome back to another video lecture of UN Autonomous College of Science and Technology. You are watching our YouTube channel UN College Digital Classes, and we are discussing the paper Business and Financial Environment. In our last class, we had discussed about the environmental scanning, and if you will see in environmental scanning what we are doing, we are gathering the information of what is going on in the surrounding in which our business is existing. So, we are moreover analyzing the business environment, we are diagnosing and we are looking into that what is there in the business environment and how we can take appropriate strategies and formulate right strategies to sustain and make considerable good profit. So, that is what is the environmental scanning is. And we also come to know that this environmental scanning is very important, and the managers have the advantage of knowing that what is going on in its surrounding and what are the strengths and weaknesses that are there of the business, and what are the opportunities and threats that are approaching to the business and how the business can tackle with the situation that is approaching. So, that is what is the significance or importance of the business scanning is, or the environmental scanning is. So, by that the decision making of the business can be rightly done in the right time. So, that is what the business environmental scanning is, what we have discussed, and the importance of the environmental scanning is. And we have also discussed about that there are various techniques by which we are doing this environmental scanning, and the most widely known and widely accepted the technique of environmental scanning is SWOT analysis. This SWOT analysis is the technique by which the managers or the organization or the company can analyze or scan that what is going on in its environment and appropriately and rightly take decision how to tackle with the present scenario and formulate the strategy for the future development. So, what this SWOT analysis is, we are going to learn in today's class. So, without much delay, let us start that what this SWOT analysis is. So, this SWOT analysis is a framework used to evaluate a business and to develop strategic planning, and this SWOT is an acronym of strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. So, SWOT analysis assesses internal and external factors as well as current and future potential of the company. So, this SWOT factors affecting an organization can usually be classified as the internal factors, and in that we have the strengths and weaknesses, and the external factor, in that we have opportunities and threats. So, when we are talking of a SWOT analysis, what we are basically doing, we are analyzing the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. As we have already discussed in the course of our lectures, that the strengths and weaknesses of a company or a business are the components or the factors that are within the business or the internal factors of the business environment. So, when we are going to analyze or when we are going to look into that what are the strengths and weaknesses of the company, we have to peep into the inside or the internal factors of the business. And when we are looking for what are the opportunities or what are the approaching threats that are there, we have to look out to the external environment of the business. So, that is what the SWOT is, which is the acronym of strength, weakness, opportunities and threats. So, using internal and external data, the technique can guide businesses toward strategies more likely to be successful and away from those in which they have been or are likely to be less successful. So, SWOT analysis is the most renowned tool for analysis of the overall strategic position of the business and its environment. So, this SWOT is the foundation for evaluating the internal potential and limitations and the probable or likely opportunities and threats from the external environment, and it views all positive and negative factors inside and outside the firm that affect the success, and a consistent study of the environment in which the firm operates help in forecasting or predicting the changes, trends, and also helps in including them in the decision making process of the organization. So, this is what is a SWOT analysis, and this is for why we do this SWOT analysis, in which we are thoroughly going to analyze or scan the internal factors and the external factors, and we will estimate that what are the opportunities that we can grab ahead of our competitors and what are the strengths that we can encash for grabbing those opportunities or taking the advantage of these opportunities. So, this SWOT analysis is moreover introspecting or looking into the business or company's internal factors and finding out what are the strengths and what are the weaknesses that the company or the organization should work on. And also it will let the organization know that what are the opportunities that are there available, and the company should go and grab it before or ahead of its competitors. In that meantime, it also let the organization know of what are the threats, what is going to hamper the business of the organization in the future, or what are the negative sides, or what are the approaching negatives that are there for the company or the business, and that is what the SWOT analysis is. So, this SWOT analysis, as we have already told, is the acronym of strengths, weakness, opportunities and threats. So, what these acronyms or what these factors of strength, weakness, opportunities and threats are in the SWOT analysis, let us have a detailed look on that. So, first let us discuss what this strength is. So, these strengths in SWOT analysis are the attributes within an organization that are considered to be necessary for the ultimate success of a project. Strengths are the qualities that enable us to accomplish the organization's mission, and the strengths are resources and capabilities that can be used for competitive advantage. And these can be either tangible or intangible. And these are what we are well versed in, or what we have expertise in, the traits and qualities our employees possess, and the distinct features that give our organizations its consistency. So, these are the basis on which continued success can be made and continued or sustained. And the strengths are the beneficial aspects of the organization or the capabilities of an organization, which includes human competencies, process capabilities, financial resources, products and services, customer goodwill and brand loyalty. And we can have some examples, like the examples of organizational strengths are huge financial resources, broad product line, no debt, committed employees, etc. could be the example of the strength of an organization. So, when we are talking of the strength of an organization, we are coming up with the factors which are the beneficial aspects of the company, or which are going to accelerate the growth of the company, or which are the added benefits of the company or added value of the company, on banking on which the company is making good profit or the company is flourishing and doing good results. So, these are the strengths of a company. So, we can talk of many examples of strengths like good and committed employees and good customer relationship, and so on are some of the many examples of the strengths of a company could be. Now, when we are talking of this strength, the other thing that could be there in the internal factor of a company is the weakness of the company. So, what this weakness of a company is, the factors within the SWOT analysis formula that could prevent successful results within a project are the weaknesses. And these weaknesses are the qualities that prevent us from accomplishing our mission and achieving our full potential. So, these weaknesses deteriorate the influences on the organizational success and growth, and these weaknesses are the factors which do not meet the standards we feel they should meet. And these weaknesses in an organization may be depreciating machinery, insufficient research and development facilities, a narrow product range, poor decision making, and so on. And these weaknesses are controllable. They must be minimized and eliminated. For instance, we can say, to overcome the obstacle machinery, new machinery can be purchased. Other examples of organizational weaknesses are huge debts, high employee turnover, complex decision making process, a narrow product range, large wastage of raw materials, and so on. So, when we are talking of these weaknesses are the drawbacks of the company, but these weaknesses can be controlled or are controllable, as we have already told that the internal factors or the internal environment of the business are the controllable part of the business. So, when we are talking of the weaknesses of a company, these are the part of the internal factors of the business environment, and we can control that factors, or we can improve those weaknesses, or we can work on those weaknesses. For instance, suppose we have a bad debt or we have a huge debt. So, what we can do? We can work on that and reduce that debt. Or for instance, if we are lacking of good and competent employees or the trained employees, so we can arrange training programs for our employees and make them trained and updated. So, these are the weaknesses which are drawing back the business, or those which are restricting the business from getting success, but the company can work on these weaknesses and overcome these weaknesses. Now, after these strengths and weaknesses which can be analyzed and could be found out of the internal factors of the business, there are other two factors in the SWOT analysis, that are the opportunities and the threats. So, what these opportunities is, let us have a look. The opportunities are classified as the external elements that might be helpful in achieving the goals set for the project. These opportunities are presented by the environment within which our organization operates. These arise when an organization can take benefit of conditions in its environment to plan and execute strategies that enable it to become more profitable. And the organizations can gain competitive advantage by making use of these opportunities. These organizations should be careful and recognize the opportunities and grasp them whenever they arise, and selecting the targets that will best serve the clients while getting desired results is a difficult task. Opportunities may arise from market, competition, industry, or government and technology. Increasing demand for telecommunications accompanied by deregulation is a great opportunity for new firms to enter telecom sector and compete with existing firms for revenue, as an instance we can see. So, when we are talking of these opportunities, so these opportunities are some welcoming facts, some welcoming events, or some welcoming situation that is approaching to the company or to the business. So, we can take the advantage of these opportunities and make good result or achieve success by grabbing these opportunities as it arises. For instance, we can say that suppose in this COVID situation there is a high opportunity for the pharmaceutical companies to develop the appropriate medicines or to develop high standard of sanitizers and masks because there is a high demand of that in the present scenario. So these are the opportunities, for instance, we can say, and these opportunities are the situations which are to be grabbed and to have a high growth of the company. On the other hand, there might be the situation like what we call as the threat for the business. So what this threat is in the SWOT analysis? The threat arises when conditions in external environment jeopardize the reliability and profitability of the organization's business. They compound the vulnerability when they relate to the weakness, and threats are uncontrollable. When a threat comes, the stability and survival can be at stake. Example of threat, we can say the unrest among employees, ever-changing technology, increasing competition leading to excess capacity, price wars, and reducing industry profit, and so on could be the threats of a business. So this is what the threat could be. So threat is some approaching situation which is out of our control as it is a part of the external environment. So we don't have any control over that situation, and we have to get ready with a strategy to fight with that situation or to tackle with that situation that is approaching. So that is what the threat could be. So what is this SWOT analysis? We had a clear look on that, and we understand that what is these strengths, weakness, opportunities and threats are. Now what is the advantage of this SWOT analysis? Let's have a look on that. Successful businesses build on their strengths, correct their weakness and protect against internal weaknesses and external threats. So they also keep a watch on their overall business environment and recognize and exploit new opportunities faster than its competitors. So this SWOT analysis helps in strategic planning in this following manner. It is a source of information for strategic planning, builds organization strengths, reverse its weaknesses, maximize its response to opportunities. So overcome organization's threats, it helps in identifying core competencies of the firm, it helps in setting of objectives for strategic planning, it helps in knowing past, present and future, so that by using past and current data, future plans can be checked out. SWOT analysis provide information that helps in synchronizing the firm's resources and capabilities with the competitive environment in which the firm operates. So this is why we should do the SWOT analysis. So this is what the SWOT analysis is, and we come to know that what are the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats, and how the analysis of these internal factors and the external factors are done. These internal factors, by analyzing these internal factors, we are coming up knowing the strengths of our business and the weaknesses or shortfalls of our business. And we can work on these and we can control these weaknesses and convert that into our strengths. And when we are analyzing our external factors and external environment, we are coming to know that what are the approaching opportunities and what are the threats that are there with the business, and how we can tackle with the threats and how we can grab the opportunities. And this SWOT analysis or this environmental scanning technique will definitely enable us to know the present, past and to formulate the strategy for the future course of action. This gives us an ample opportunities to work on our weaknesses and to formulate proper planning for the approaching threats, and also we will make a right decision at the right time if we will be doing this environmental scanning. So for today's class, this is all. In our upcoming classes, we will be discussing many other chapters and classes of the business and financial environment. For today, this is all. Thank you.